and welcome. So glad you made it. Today I'm going to do a little showing you how I kind of like cleanse my cards when I get a new deck and how I kind of connect with them spiritually just a little bit, just in case you guys get a new deck and you don't know what to do. I have no idea what that was. Maybe someone sending someone a message. I don't know. Um, yeah, if you guys are like new here or curious about me, I'm an intuitive reader. I know that some people get a little confused between the difference of an intuitive reader and a psychic reader. And even though they're kind of similar, they're also very different. A psychic reader is more into visions and it's more of have more of a higher power than an intuitive reader in different areas of visualizing situations and events and that sort of thing, as where an intuitive reader focuses more on a deep connection with the cards and allowing the cards to speak to them in a way that is kind of like difficult to explain. Um, yeah, I'm also very sensitive to the spiritual world, so even though I can't physically see spirits with my eyes, I can feel their presence and I can feel what they're feeling and I can sometimes hear what they're saying. Um, Not always, but sometimes um, I basically go with the energies I feel, and the energies I feel tells me what they're trying to say or how they're actually feeling. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But that is how I do my tarot readings. And I also really listen to my intuition. And like I said, I go based on my energies that I feel and how I'm feeling. When I like do a reading and when I'm doing it, especially for a specific person, I really concentrate on the person that I'm doing the reading for and like the specific question that they're asked. Sometimes, like when I do a live stream, I'll be trying to ask more specific questions about the question, so I'm making sure that I'm asking the right questions to get a more clear answer of what the person is asking for. Right? I don't know if you know anything that I'm talking about. So I'm going to switch my screen over so that you can see how I'm going to connect to my brand new deck that I got. So I was gifted this deck from a viewer, and I'm so grateful for. And yeah, so I've been wanting to use it because I really love the art of the Light Shears Tarot. And it has 78 cards and a little guidebook. So I think it's really cool. So first of all, I'll show you the deck and then I'll show you how I'm going to be cleansing them. Not that they've been used. I think when you're cleansing a deck from someone who's previously used the deck, there's like more steps and things involved in that area. It comes with this little book, The Light Shears, and it's very cute. I've seen other books that come with tarot, and sometimes all you get is like a little pamphlet. You don't really get a little book. So I think I was really excited to see that it was actually a little book and not a little, a little pamphlet that just kind of gives a description. I guess the guidebook was made by Chris Ann. And it's really cute. It tells you like this table of contents. It tells you a little bit about the light shear. The light shear deck is mostly about self-healing and spirituality more than diving into divination, if you know what that means. Divination is trying to figure out what the future holds for you. This tarot deck was mostly designed for some self healing, some spirituality, to figure out your current situation. I mean, I think you can use it for divination. I just feel like that's not exactly what the person who created this deck intended it to be for, from my understanding. Like, yeah, they just tell you different things. They tell you about how to read these cards upright or reverse. I like to call it in the light or in the dark. In this book, she writes about calling it in the light or in the shadows. So it's kind of similar to what I say, the light and the dark. Uh-huh. And then it tells you how to connect with your cards. So I feel like I'm gonna try to do some of what she suggests on how to connect with the cards. It says before you get started, take a moment to connect with your cards by simply flipping through the deck with the intention to see each card and feel its unique energy. So that's what I thought I'd do with you today. I'm just going to use my little broom to hold my plates so we can do the first part of connecting with the cards the way the light sheer tarot is meant to be connected with. Give them a quick little shuffle just to feel connection. Here we go. It's a very beautiful deck. They're definitely not in order because I've been shuffling them and trying to connect with them. Um, I went to a family gathering recently and I took them with me. So that is another way I connect with cards. It's like carrying them around with me. The Four of Cups. You see the art. It's important to when you get a new deck is to connect with the card itself before searching up the meanings from the book or the meanings that you know about the cards, kind of like just looking at the image and what does the image say to you. Like I see a tree, so there's a lot of spiritual meanings about a tree. I like to go with the Celtic meanings and the spirituality around Celtic symbols and stuff like that. I found out that I was raised Celtic. My parents didn't even know that they were raising me like me and my siblings Celtic. It was just how they were brought up, and they didn't realize there was like a name for it, but I realized that there is. So I was raised Celtic with some Christianity and Catholicism, but um, more towards Celtic than Catholic, if that makes any sense. Like there's bowls. The first thing I come up to is bowls, but they are meant to be cups. And there's a girl. So there's that one. So we'll go just for the next one. Three of Cups is a group of women. They're trying to build a friendship or a sistership. I think it's meant originally the Three of Cups was a group of sisters or a group of girls who have a connection of being sisters, like sisterhood. Um, so it is a good representation of women getting together and women's intuition and just everything that a female or a feminine energy brings, you know? The Ace of Swords. Even though my first instinct was that it's a shell, but I think it's more like a horn. I forget what those people are called. You know, the people you see on TV that have like a horn thing. Um, sorry, I forgot what they're called. I'll look it up, put the name of it here so you know what I mean. Um, I kind of feel like that. Just kind of like what she's symboling. There's a black crow. I love the black. I can't really see the black crow, but there is a shadow of a black crow. Can't see that, can you? Right, I'm very bad at showing. No, you can't see it all. Sorry, but there is a black crow there. There's also some writing on it. The writing right here. I don't know if you see that. I don't know if you can see that, but the writing right here is like a math equation. It's an interesting symbol to have. I'll have to do some research about what a mathematical symbol could symbolize. If you guys know what the math equation on this card represents, please let me know in the comment. Yeah, this is the Ace of Swords. I don't know if I said that. This one is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands has like a globe, and I'm guessing a wand. It has a photo of a fire truck. So yeah, like I feel like in the cards, sometimes when I read cards, people are like, "That's not what it says," but that's what the picture says. So sometimes you can read the cards based on the photos you see and the energy that you feel, not exactly the exact meaning of the cards. I generally go with the general outline of the meanings of the cards from the Rider-Waite traditional message, not the ones that people have modernized. I sometimes get a little confused because there's a lot of Rider-Waite definitions that have been modernized a lot, and they have swayed away from the original meanings quite a bit in a lot of modern day tarot readings. Now, I'm saying every tarot reader does that. I mean, I'm sure there's some that are very authentic and have their own ways of doing things. And this one is death. I like how it says death and rebirth. Because I find like when you pull out the death card, some people, at least, like some of my family members, we pull the death card, like, oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm like, no. And that's not exactly what that means. It just kind of like means that something in your life is coming to an end. Like it's kind of like a dead energy. Like you're not gonna be doing that anymore, or that phase of your life is come to a full cycle and it's over. So I kind of like that it says a rebirth. So it's kind of like more of a more gentle way of seeing things. And I love that it's like, like it's like an image of a face, but then you can see like, some trees and the sky. It's pretty cool. This one is a Ten of Cups. And they have the Rainbow of Cups. I love this card. You see the children and the couple. It's pretty neat, resembling family. This one is the Eight of Swords. I looked at when I first opened the deck, I noticed this card immediately, and I'm like, oh, that is such a good interpretation of the Eight of Swords. It's like that's who you are. This is kind of like how you're feeling in the moment when you get this card. Is like you're kind of feeling torn. There's the Black Crows, so the Black Crows could resemble that maybe you're resisting the transformation that you're going through. The Black Crows represent transformation. Black Crows represent a lot of things, but I just find like with tarot, a lot of times I feel like it does represent they're going like their phase of life that they're in right now is kind of changing for them. I feel like that is a good way of saying, you're going through a phase of this transformation, but you're resisting, like, you're tying yourself up. Or the crows are tying you up so that you can't transform yourself. You're just gonna be stuck there. Yeah, as you can see, the crows are actually tying her up, so that is pretty neat. This one is a Seven of Swords. Again, it has the black crows. I love the black crows so much. And then there's the black feathers. So there's a lot of different spiritual meanings here. And then you got the moon too. So the moon, or maybe it's the sun. I wonder if it's the sun or the moon. I guess whatever way you want it to be for your reading. This one is the Nine of Cups. Which is kind of nice because you have the treasure box. So, it means that you're going to have success and satisfaction and possibilities. I feel like it's kind of like The first thing that comes to mind with this card is, she just stole this big treasure box, so she just got away with it, right? No one's gonna catch her. She's free. She stole the box, and she has all the treasures and golds and that sort of thing. Little cheeky one, right? And then the Queen of Cups. I love that she doesn't actually look like a queen. She kind of looks. I suppose she does have a little bit of a crown, like a beaded crown thing. Just really neat. I love that it looks like um, she's in water. Part of her's not in water, but at the same time, it looks like there's water pouring over her. That's really neat. And then there's this one is the Knight of Cups. He's got some roses, it looks like. And there's a horse. And it looks like he's waiting for his lover, with his horse and this little picnic here. Maybe a little love note for her, a little song that he wrote. Little cowboy hat. I love that. He has a cowboy hat, but he has tattoos and everything too. It's so cool. I don't like sneakers instead of cowboy boots, right? It looks so modern and so authentic at the same time. I love that one. Then we have the Page of Cups. And a little flying pig. That is so cute. I'm definitely gonna have to look up the spiritual meaning of a pig or a flying pig. I like how you just see legs, just random legs. Then you also see um, like the heart, hands making a heart right here. That is so cool. You know, I'm feeling like he's ready to explore his feelings. He's ready for some positive change. He's ready to let go of his old self and his negative energy and embrace, the new energy and like welcome love into his life. I love that. We got the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. You can see that there's a horse. He's wearing the pentacle symbol on his back. It kind of looks like he's been dropping pentacles on his journey, just leaving coins behind. That is really neat. This one is the world. The whole world. I don't know, when I went to school, I went to Catholic school when I was a child, and we used to always sing the song, get the whole world in you. And I think of that song every single time I pull the world card. People must think I'm crazy when I say that, but that's the first thing that pops out of my head. I do have ADHD, so I have no filter, so sometimes something just comes out of my mouth. I have no control of what I'm saying. I apologize for that. Yeah, there's like different symbols on here. This is so cool. I feel like this deck is going to make me do a lot more research than what I've been doing. Mm. And this one, the Five of Pentacles. So it looks like a female or feminine person who is just struggling, where she feels like she's locked away in the dark because there's a key, where she's like locking herself away from society because she has the key. So I feel like she can unlock the door if she wanted to, but she's choosing not to for some reason. Maybe I feel like this has a lot of changes, Maybe she's suffering a breakup or challenges, some disappointments. I feel like she's having some negative thoughts going on there, and she just doesn't want anyone to see her in this state of mind. This one is the Nine of Swords. I love there's all the black crows here. And there's like a spirit crow, like all the crows are there, and there's like a spirit crow. I love that. Nine of Swords. Thinking about a spirit crow. Like I said, I don't know if I said that. I went to visit my grandfather in a graveyard. I guess it's a story time. There's nothing to do with the deck. Um, I went to visit my grandfather's grave. Um, I'm sorry, I don't know what you call it. He's like cremated and he's like in a box in a wall at a cemetery. I'm sorry, I don't know I can't remember, what that is called. But I went to visit him, and while I was talking to him, a really big black, like all black butterfly came by and like made itself known. Like I was with my children and they had to like we all just stopped and looked at this butterfly and it was I feel like it was a spiritual meaning that he is with us. I know black butterflies can represent other things. I just think the way that it appeared when we were talking to a grandfather that it just kind of like made us feel like he was watching over us or like just showing us a sign that he knew we were there. I don't know. But um yeah, and then the reason why I'm telling you the story is that when we came home, there was a dead crow in our yard that we haven't noticed, and it's where we should have noticed. Like it was right where near the door that we go in and out of multiple times a day. But it looked like it had been gone for quite some time, which is very strange to find. So I've been trying to figure out what that meant. Like, why didn't we see it before, and why did we have to see it on that day, right? I don't know. Sorry, getting distracted here. The Ace of Wands. That is really cool. That's like she's like thinking, and like all of her energy is just like in her mind. She's like overthinking. She's thinking so many things. She's thinking about the fire and energy and spiritualism. Kind of looks like she kind of looks like there's like Christmas lights around here. Maybe they're like garden lights. That was pretty neat. This one is cool too. The star. Like she's holding on to the stars, eh? She's like holding on to that wish. She's holding on to that dream. There's this one, the Hermit. Little lantern is there. It's like he's sitting on top of a mountain, just doing some self-reflection and thinking things through with that sort of energy. And the Ten of Wands. I feel like whatever ended, she's just on her journey or his journey. I guess it could be either feminine or masculine, whatever way you see this person. Um, she's just leaving whatever situation they were and going like just packed up everything, just moving on. No, that's done with. I'm not coming back. She's coming down the hill. It's like, nope, time to get off that hill and get back to whatever she's going back to. This one is the Eight of Swords, just 8 swords, but they're doing some magic there. Seven of Wands, good one to remember to meditate and meditating, you don't always have to like sit in this position and be completely silent. There's other ways you can meditate. I like to meditate when I'm going for a walk or just sitting and just listening to nature, like just listening to the traffic go by or the birds or whatever. Whatever meditating is for you. And there's the Eight of Cups. Pretty cool. It's like she just left her cup, but she's just walking away with it. She's done. She's done with that cup. She doesn't need it anymore. She's just gonna leave it there and let it float away in the river and move on. The Hanged Man. This person reminds me of those people that were in this people that are in the circus, that do those things from a thing like that up in the tent thing. I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't know. I forgot what they're called. I'm so sorry. Acrobats? No, that's not it. You know what I mean, right? Then there's a. This is really cool because this is the Three of Pentacles, but the way the pentacles are and the colors they are, it kind of reminds me of like a street sign. I know, like, I know it's not in the right order. It's usually like green, yellow, and red, right? This still reminds me of a stop sign, so I feel like this one will probably remind me to, or think of, if somebody needs, if I'm doing a reading and I feel like they need to stop what they're doing, or go what they're doing, or slow what they're doing. I just feel like whatever energy the cards are picking up at that moment, it'll be a good indicator and a guide to add that to the reading. There's like a bunch of people here. There's like a man and a lady and a person here. She seems to be knitting or crocheting. I guess she's making this tapestry sort of art. That's really neat. And there's this one, the Two of Pentacles. Her purse is like a pentacle, kind of. It has a pentacle in it. I don't know if you can see it too well, but there is a pentacle symbol in it that's very light, like kind of faded. So she has two bags, but one bag is like flying in the air, and it also has a pentacle symbol in it. You can't really see it on camera, I don't think, but there's this one. Swords. Again, I love the crows. And the crow's like sitting on his shoulders, kind of like telling him a message. Crows can be messengers. A long time ago, I feel like that some people did use crows to send messages to someone. He's like just contemplating himself. It's like, "Ah, I just want to scream into the abyss or whatever, you know? I just want to let go of all of what I'm thinking and move on. And I just want to get rid of all these challenges. I just want to get over whatever is happening here." The Knight of Swords. He's got his bow and arrow on his back, a black crow, his motorcycle. I love this card too. This is the Knight of Swords. So he's gonna hop on his bike and travel to wherever he wants to travel to. The Page of Swords. She's got her light bulb. She's kind of like holding the light bulbs like a kite while reading. Pretty cool. Kind of has like that Thomas Edison vibe a little bit, or not Tom, or that other one. What was the other one called? I forget. But then there's both. These are not crows, they're like other birds. Maybe they're baby hawks or something. That's pretty cool. Like she's just balancing, she's trying to get to the other side without falling off. So she's trying to keep her mind off of the idea of falling down, right? She's trying to get across, but she's, holding her her light bulbs. I don't know how that is gonna hold your balance, but and reading so that she doesn't look down at my guess is the imagery here. Then you got the Six of Wands, you got the Wreath, the Torch of Fire here. Kind of just like giving herself away, she's just wanting, like, look, I'm here, I want all the public recognition, like these are like, you know, spotlights, like she's on stage, it's like, look at me. This one again reminds me of a circus, how they do those things in the air. Maybe they're kind of fighting together there. The tower. The tower has like that's a squirrel and acorns, butterflies. There's a lot of symbolisms here. There's lightning. Then there's this one, the Judgment. I feel like this is a good indicator of someone. She's kind of like judging herself. Maybe she's judging herself too harshly here. You know, she's like, I could do better. Why am I not doing better? Or, that sort of energy. The Three of Swords, the Broken Heart card. There's this one, the Page of Wands. Drawing her wand. Now she's trying to do tricks with it. Maybe she's trying to inspire herself to get new ideas with her wand. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles has a wolf and an older man. A pentacle there. Looks like he's in his library. This one is a Four of Swords. I love this one too. She's like all curled up in a nest. And she has like her heart is like on a string. It's like, her heart is she's holding onto her heart by a thread, At any moment the thread can break and she will have a heartbreak, She's just on the verge of a heartbreak, She's just on the verge of losing connection to what she feels deep in her heart. The Five of Cups. It's cool. I feel like she's like tipping the cup with her foot there so that the liquid in the cup can like pour into this hole. It's like the hole just pouring it into the void. Just a hole in the ground, like no one knows where it goes, but she's just pouring her soul out into it. And the Six of Swords, again with the black crows, on a little tiny boat. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's just overcoming obstacles, She's just going through the waves. No matter if a storm comes, she's ready to just go through it anyway. She's just going on her journey. She doesn't care how she gets there, she's just going. Then the crows are actually pulling the boat. They're kind of guiding her way. They're guiding her path through her destruction. The Empress. This is a lovely one too. You got the full moon and the whole earth, the water. You have a lot of symbols and energies here. She has some tattoos on her elbows. You can tell like she's exposing her breast so that shows a big sign of feminism and that sort of energy. I feel like the leaves in her hair makes her, very spiritual, motherly type person, nurturing and loving. Then this is the High Priestess. She has the moon on her head and some jewelry there. And it's like her eyes are closed, but her makeup, I don't know if you can see that, but her makeup looks like her eyes are still open, but her eyes are actually closed. Like, that's pretty cool. This one is the Three of Wands. It looks like she's going to um, waterboarding. Is that what it's called? Surfing? Surfing. Surfing. She's going surfing, She got, maybe it's evening time, so she has a torch so she can see where she's surfing to. Then you got the Knight of Wands. She's going to be playing her drum. I feel like her drum is on fire, though. So I don't know how well she's going to play her drum when it's on fire, but there's also a horse there. The wands. Ooh, strength. I love this card. It's a lion with a sheep. She has a symbol, like the infinity symbol tattooed to her arm there. She has a watch, so she's keeping track of time. She has her pendant. Pretty cool card. The chariot. The chariot is two horses pulling the chariot, and a man sitting on top. Ooh, I love this one too. The lovers. I love that she has like a bow and arrow tattooed to her shoulder. The bow and arrow could be a symbol. She has a lot of symbols on her skin. Like she has like a pentacle type tattoo, a heart, and other little wiggly designs. The swords. There's a bunch of crows again. She kind of like it's a ten of swords. She's kind of like this person. I feel like it's a feminine energy. She's wearing a dress. Um, and like just looking beyond, like what else is out there for me? How can I reach it? The Nine of Wands. She's holding her wand, and she has like a whole bunch of wands there. She has like a braided necklace. I'm wondering if it's a braided necklace or if it's braided hair. In some Celtic beliefs, where they believe in fairies and fairy energy, when you break up with somebody, you sometimes they believe that if they kept their hair and like braided it and kept it attached to them, like if they braided some of their hair into their own hair, or if they braided it as a necklace, like it looks to, that's what it looks like to me. Being Celtic and believing in fairies, I feel like she's waiting for her lover to come back. That's what it means. If you take like their hair and if your lover has left you and you keep their hair, um, they feel like they are still connected to their lover, even though he's left them and maybe has moved on. She's still hanging on to hope that he may return to her. Oh, this is the Six of Cups, so it's very nostalgic. He's missing the good old days. He misses when his dog was a puppy. He's kind of all that energy. Love that. The Queen of Wands, meditating with her black cat there and a wand. I can see that. She has like these strings around her neck that have like little triangles. And there's this one, the King of Wands, the lion. And then the Torch of Light. He is really cool. And this one is the Ace of Cups. She's holding her cup. And her cup is overflowing with love. You can see that. There's like a little heart in the middle of her cup. Awesome. The King of Wands. He has a necklace around his neck that has a little fish. There's like a sailboat in the background. There's a starfish. There's I'm not sure what kind of fish it is. It looks like a sunfish to me, but I'm not sure. There's like I guess it's his foot. I was thinking it was a seal, but his foot is underneath him. And he's just like dipping his hands in a cup. He's just dipping his hands into his emotions. He's not fully gonna accept all of them. He's just gonna like stick a finger in. Okay, I'll look into my emotions for a quick second. I'm not gonna drink it. The Emperor, again with a. Oh, I thought it was a bird, but it is a skull of a. I forget what animals are called. I am so sorry. Those goats with like the big horn thingies. Goats. I feel like that's the wrong word. You know what I mean. And I feel like he's like sitting on like the sun. Where he's like sitting on a planet. He's sitting on a big circle. And like the carpet beneath his feet kind of looks like a checkerboard. So I feel like that you can pick up like a lot of messages and symbolisms in this card. Oh, it's a chessboard because he's holding a chess piece. I get it now. Okay. So he's sitting on a chessboard, holding a chess piece, sitting on, I don't know if you want to call it the sun or a planet. You could call it the planet Mars just because it's red. Whatever spiritually it means. It's kind of like, so spiritual energy is going there with the, the little flames. Then the Hierophant. Cute. It's like you're building the ladder. The more you learn, the higher steps you're going to go in your life, right? The more you educate yourself, the more resources you collect, the more things like that, the higher up you will go, right? The Queen of Swords. Black Crow again. Is it Black Crow? Maybe it's the eagle. It looks because I don't know, it looks a little bit large for a crow. Maybe it's a raven. Could be a raven. Um, She's got her sword. She has flags. A little triangle on this flag with a line through it. The way her hair is, she kind of gives me like Native American or like Aboriginal type vibes. This one, too, he kind of looks like an elder, Aboriginal or an elder, Native American or something, because he has like the feathers on his shoulders. I feel like they're the black crow's feathers. There's a bat. There's an owl. A lot of symbolisms here too. There's like a dragonfly there. Pretty neat. The Four of Wands. There are two women dancing with their tambourine. Again, with the circus. I feel like there's a lot of little circusy symbolisms in this deck, which is really cool. I loved going to the circus when I was a child. Um, as a child, you don't realize how all the other things that you know about circuses. When you're a child, you don't really aware of those things too much when you're really little, but um, that's so cool. The Two of Cups. It's like their two cups are like connecting their hands. Eh? I love that, and I love that they're, the two different colored skins is so amazing. I feel like it's 2023. I feel like it's surprising how much prejudice and how much racism is still existing in this day and age. Like, why? Like, that makes, like, I don't know, it's beyond me how that is still a thing. I don't know. Everybody has the same color blood inside, so I don't see what's the big deal. I don't know. Justice, trying to balance her scales. Like she's trying to balance herself and her emotions, or balancing herself and her thoughts, and trying to balance reality and you know maybe your spirituality kind of thing. The Fool, she's standing at the cliff. She has a crystal in her hand, a purple crystal, and a wand, perhaps, or a shaft of some kind. Pretty cool. There's this one, the magician. He's like manipulating the water, I feel, with his hands and make some magic. But it also looks like he's sitting in water. Like looks like he's like sitting above the water and like doing magic in the water at the same time. That is pretty cool. And there's this one. It looks like not sure what the symbolism is, but I feel like to me it looks a little bit more Aboriginal. I feel like the symbol is kind of like connecting this person to their roots, trying to remember where they came from, their family roots. Or I feel like this is probably a symbolism of their family or their traditions and that sort of thing. Maybe they're trying to connect with Mother Earth or Mother Nature and that sort of thing while still hanging on to traditions. I don't know. The Temperance here. It looks like the moon and the sun trying to balancing the two. There's some angel wings here. Really neat. The devil. Ooh. He's like holding. Oh, on the strings on his fingers, it's like he's holding himself, you know? He's kind of like feeling like something else is controlling his mind and his thoughts, you know? It's like he's trying to stay positive, but like something is dragging him back into the dark side. There's the Six of Pentacles trying to juggle all the pentacles. You know, you want the money. You know, like somebody giving someone money and then someone receiving the money, you know? It's kind of like that energy about, you know, who actually benefits, you know? The person who gives to charity or the person who receives from charity. It depends who you ask. I know a lot of people feel that the people giving to charity are the ones that benefit because they feel like they've done good to contribute to the charity. Not saying that the person receiving the charity isn't grateful, because sometimes um, it's not really what the person receiving it actually means. So it's kind of like this, you know, juggling. What's better to give or receive, you know? It's always it's I feel like that's always and ever gonna be like a war between the two. Who benefits? The giver or the taker, you know? Mhm. And the Seven of Pentacles. It's like he's trying to plant his seeds. He's trying to plant all of his money, all, you know, trying to make it grow into more. Maybe he's trying to put it into investments, trying to dream of the possibilities that he would have if he put his, you know, coins, pentacles into investments, you know, and see, maybe trying to put in a savings account or something and see watching it grow kind of thing. That's really neat. Eight of Pentacles. It's really cool. Like she's sitting at her altar trying to make potions, but it's like, what potions do I make? Which moon sign is this potion gonna be good for? Like, why am I doing the, you know, you do a potion, it's like, oh, first thing you gotta do is go check the moon. Like, is this the right day, the right moon energy to for this potion? I feel like that is what she's contemplating now. Like she's holding up her candle, she's looking at all of her ingredients, like which potion should I do today? Which moon is it today? You know? I can see that. There's little symbolisms in each of the moons too. That's kind of cool. And then there's the Knight of Pentacles, where you have a bird. I'm not sure what type of bird it is. It's a white bird. There's pentacles. Like she's holding up the pentacle for the bird to land on it. There's a pentacle in like her cauldron. It's pretty cool. And there's this one, the Ten of Pentacles. You have a like a golden retriever, or maybe a golden lab, or a golden retriever. I don't know. A dog there, and a man, and probably his wife and their children. And there's a symbolism. I feel like this symbolism is constellation, maybe of some sort. And the Four of Pentacles, she's just hanging on to her purse. There's pentacles on her purse. It's like, give me my money. I'm not giving you my money. No thieves are gonna take my money. It's my money. You know, she's not gonna share her money. It's her money. She worked hard for it. She's like holding it like there's a village there. But no, I'm not sharing my wealth with those people. I'm keeping it all to myself. The guy's the wrong way. The moon, the full moon, there's a wolf. Like there's a wolf and there's like a spirit wolf. Mhm. Moon's over the water. It's like the lady is like drowning or feels like drowning. Then there's the sun. Feels like, ooh. shining down on me. I'm ready for abundance and opportunities and everything that the sun brings. So this is like the Wheel of Life, and on some deck it's called the Wheel of Fortune. The deck that I made, I named it the Wheel of Fortune. But in other decks it is called the Wheel of Life. This one's just called the Wheel. It has symbols on it, the Taro. I'm guessing that is north, east, south, west, and maybe a different language. There's like little arrows and stuff. She's just like balancing herself on it. There's like little triangles that are faded in the background there. Like dark clouds. The Two of Swords, again, the crows are kind of like tying her up, you know? It's like she has difficult decisions to make. She needs time to think, you know, weighing her options. You know, maybe the crows are symbolizing they're pulling on her, so they're like pulling weight onto her to try to make her um, decide what she needs to do, decide through the confusion and that sort of thing. That is a really neat card too. She also has tattoos. The tattoos on her arm appear to be like a scale or something. It's like two triangles. Some kind of symbolism there. The Seven of Cups. There's like little ladders. There's like a snake. There's a bat wing. There's some kind of symbolism there. It kind of looks like owl eyes. I'm not sure. This guy is kind of like, which cup do I, where is my opportunity? Which cup do I pull over? You know, like those tricks where you hide things and you have to try to guess what's underneath it? Yeah, this is the last card, is the Queen of Pentacles. And yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, she's kind of like contemplating life. That's what I feel like. She's just her. She's sitting on something with a pillow, so she's comfy, she's relaxed. She has like branches growing out of her handkerchief that she has over her head. Maybe she just stuck them in there. Her eyes are closed with blue eyeshadow. It looks like she's wearing earrings with like um, kind of those things you get at Christmas time. It's like has like little cherries or little berries attached to a leaf. You know, some people use those to make my brain works in mysterious ways. I always forget things that I need to forget. Remember, um, I don't know, those things that some people make like wreaths with them, or some people make those things that you hang up, and if you walk under it, you're supposed to kiss somebody with it. I don't know. I don't know if that's just a Christian thing or if other people do that. I don't know. Anyways. You know what I mean, I think. I don't know. But there's like a tree and the sun, and there's trees in the background. She's holding the pentacle. I feel like maybe she's thinking about, what's practical. She just looks like a kind-hearted person. You know, maybe even a healer, because of maybe a healer of nature, or uses nature for healing practices. Yeah, so let's just see what the next step is for cleansing the cards now that we went through all of them. It says the Light Sheer Tarot. As you spend time noticing the different characters and scenarios, take note of your vertical reactions to the cards. Okay, we did that. Where the card you feel the most aversion to will be your shadow card. Your shadow card may be a card in the deck that you really don't like, and that's totally okay. That sometimes you should do intuitive without looking at the guidebook and explore the cards yourself. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a little reading, and this may be for you. I don't know, it may not be. But I'm just going to try to do a little reading, and I'm just going to read the cards as they are without looking in the guidebook and just see what it comes up with. Maybe I'll do it for myself because I don't know. I'm just gonna do it. And maybe for myself and maybe for you. If this resonates with you, definitely give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. If it doesn't, then that's okay. I'm just gonna do a reading to see what I can come up with the cards. So I'm gonna read the cards to relate to me. Just because I'm not doing a reading for any specific person. But if it resonates with you, it resonates to you. All in the dark to me. Okay. The wheel. I feel like the wheel means that things are turning around for me. At least I'm hoping things are turning around for me. Maybe that things are turning around for you. I feel like it's kind of like the dark clouds, you know? Because there's also dice. I didn't notice that before, but there's dice around her neck. I feel like it's saying, take a chance on your path, take a chance on life, find your direction, just roll the dice and take a chance on the luck and see what happens to you. It is in the dark, so, um, yeah. Let's just see. Then the Two of Swords, definitely feeling some transformations here. Feeling like, I feel like this card too, like it symbols like represents kind of like a compass, sort of, north, west, east, south. I'm kind of really feeling like there's like a change coming, and like they're torn between decisions. Like, which way do I go? Like, which choice do I do? Like, is that one, that one? Like, do I just roll the dice and go in that direction, or do I like make a plan and think about it and process, or just go with it? The hangman, it's just spending a time. I feel like this symbolizes that um, that this direction isn't moving. Like if this um, resonates with you at all, I just feel like whatever the decision is, you're just not ready to make that decision yet. You're not ready to roll the dice. I feel like that is me. There's so many things I want to do. There's so many directions I want to go into. And I'm not sure which directions I want to do. That's why I have so many things going on right now. I write blogs. My tarot blog isn't public yet. I'm thinking about making it public, but I'm just kind of like writing on in it right now. I just kind of like I kind of think I want my tarot blog to kind of be like my grimoires a little bit of my own thoughts and ideas, and just allow people to read them if they wish to. This is a little project I am working on as well. Um, hmm if you watch this video, then you got a little sneak peek to that. Yeah, so I just feel like it's just like, yeah, just putting these decisions on hold. You're just not just taking time to roll the dice. So we did that. And I have some sage incense here, so I'm just going to sage the cards to make sure there's no negativity attached to the cards. When I do tarot readings for people, I usually use sandalwood or dragon's blood. They're both my favorite. I find sandalwood helps me better to concentrate during a reading. It keeps me focused and it keeps my attention for a longer period of time with the sandalwood than some other incense. Yes, I'm just going to cleanse the cards here. I also love to use my broom. I don't know where my broom has gone to. My brooms like to run away from me sometimes. I just like to give them a quick little sweep. Now, what's a witch without her broom, right? A little tidbit, if you made it this far in my video, is that when you put your broom away, you should always put it like this and not like this. So everything you sweep up on the floor doesn't get put back on the floor, and all the negative energy that you picked up while you're sweeping can go to where it needs to go and not back into your home. I don't know. That is something that I've learned. So yeah. I know at the dollar store you can buy these little things to hold your broom. So they are good for holding your broom upright when you're putting it away. and not let it fall down, kind of thing. Little tidbit. Yeah, so I've cleansed all my cards. I've connected with them. I went through them. I've tested them. I don't really feel like there's a card in this deck that I hate. I kind of love them all. So, yeah. I'm just going to put it out for now. Oh, it's probably not a good idea to drop it, but it went out before I dropped it, so that's good. Thank you guys for cleansing and connecting the cards with me. I hope this gave you an idea on how to connect with your cards and that sort of thing. I just liked hanging out with me and enjoying this deck. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, I do live streams every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm thinking about adding in another day of the week. I'm not sure which day it is. If there's a day that works best for you, put it down in the description. I'd love to hear about it and maybe I can work something out during that day. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!